Hey guys, Mr. Steniford here. I was talking to Mrs. Buckley about your science activities, and we may have come up with one that will work for you, and one that'll be a little bit of fun for you. So this is it here. I'm going to ask you to do what I'm going to do, which is to make an ecosystem model. An ecosystem just describes the living and non-living parts of the world around us and how they work together. And so what we would like you to do is make a drawing of how you think the ecosystem around you works, how it allows for plants and animals to live and grow. And so I'll get you started. If I had to draw an ecosystem right now, some really important features that I would want to include are one of the most important is the non-living thing that is making life possible on Earth, and you're probably thinking the same thing I'm thinking, is this. The sun, that's supposed to be a circle. And I'll go ahead and color that in. And the sun gives light to the earth. Okay. And I know that given enough sunlight and rain, so sunlight and water, that's going to allow for some really important organisms to grow and thrive on our planet. So I'm going to take a second and I'm going to draw those. Be patient, I'll be right back with you. Ta-da! So I've got sunlight, and I know that sunlight helps plants to grow, but I think I'm missing something. Plants need not just sunlight in order to grow. What else do plants need? Plants need water, and plants need air. So where do they get their water from? Well, a lot of times plants get their water from rain. So I'll draw a cloud. And there are probably some other things I would want to include in my drawing. Like, I know that plants take in a gas from the atmosphere called carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is the same stuff that you and I breathe out when we exhale. There's a bunch of carbon dioxide headed out toward a plant somewhere that's going to use it to make more plant. Carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide, water. Oh, I noticed I did something different. I labeled the gas carbon dioxide because gases are invisible. It would be hard for the person looking at my picture to figure out that I just left empty space, meaning for that to be gas. So I labeled the empty space carbon dioxide with an arrow showing that the carbon dioxide goes into the plant, but maybe I should label other things too. So I'm going to go ahead and label the cloud. I'm going to go label that water. And I'll label the sun, light. And the sun's light is heading down toward the plant. Carbon dioxide goes into the plant, and the rain goes into the plant. So this is the beginning of my drawing of an ecosystem. And it has a few important parts. For one thing, it's got pictures. And pictures are more fun to look at than just me talking a whole bunch. Second, it has color. And the color helps me in my picture distinguish one object from another. This is not my best work, and I would certainly want you guys to do your best work, but I'm sort of doing it on this metal board here, and it's kind of slippery, and it doesn't work as well as paper. So you'll do yours on paper, you'll use color, and you'll try to make your drawing. It doesn't have to be like the greatest piece of artwork in the world, but it should be work that you put some effort into, and that effort should show. Here, I also included labels. So carbon dioxide, we went back and labeled the cloud water, and we labeled the sun sunlight. So you want to consider doing that in your drawings too. I left out a bunch of things that I would want to take some time to add, like I didn't include animals and how the animals interact with the water or how they interact with the plants. And I would certainly draw a lot more plants because we don't just have one kind of plant on the earth, right? So you don't have to pick an ecosystem that looks like our ecosystem here in Connecticut. You could do a desert ecosystem. You could do like an underwater ecosystem. You could do any kind of ecosystem you choose, but it should be in a drawing that Mrs. Buckley can easily view and kind of understand what you did, like what you meant when you made your drawing. So don't forget to include your labels. Don't forget to make your drawing easily viewable, and don't forget to share it with Mrs. Buckley. All right, guys, this will be your initial drawing, and then next week you'll read some material. We'll share some material with you. You'll read through it, and you're just going to start to modify and make your drawing more detailed. You're going to add pieces to it that aren't initially clear that you should put in there. So be ready for those things, and we're really looking forward to see what you come up with. All right, see you next time. One thing I forgot to mention is that because you're going to be going back from week to week to relook at this drawing and add to it, you want to make sure you do it on a big enough piece of paper so that you can have room to add more animals, more plants, more labels, more features. So this is a really big, if this were a piece of paper, this would be a really big piece of paper. If you have a piece of paper like this at home, that's really perfect. If you don't have a piece of paper like this, you might want to tape several together, or you're going to make your initial drawing and then figure out, oh, I don't have enough space to add what I want to add. Oh no, that's okay. You can just take another piece of paper and tape it to your original, and you can just keep building on and building on and building on and adding until you have sort of like a poster. So I hope that helps, and I'm looking forward to seeing what you come up with, and I hope you guys have a good week. Enjoy some of the sunshine. Make sure you're getting outside and getting some fresh air.